this weekend. The U.S. military says Iran's fleet of 11 subs has the capability to close the Strait of Hormuz. It's a narrow strait through which 40% of the world's seaborne oil passes every single day. These new submarines were likely built with help from North Korea, and they add to fears the Strait of Hormuz is vulnerable. Just last week, UAE officials said terrorists attacked a Japanese oil tanker by sea in the strait. So what would an attack that disabled a tanker, cost lives, or shut down the strait mean for oil prices? That's something John Kilduff has thought a lot about. He's with Again Capital, a partner there. Good to see you again, John Kilduff. What would it do?
Oh, Erin, it's the mother of all oil supply choke points. There's just no two ways about it. And it could easily, it's a pick your number, but I think $200 a barrel, given that we're at 80 now, you get an easy double, and then it's another 20% on top of that, gets you to 200. It is horrific. It would be dislocative to the global economy, but it's certainly within the realm of possibilities. And, it really feels like it's just a matter of time here before something happens within that strait. As you pointed out, or we're discussing there, it's only 2 one-mile wide shipping lanes, so it's easily blocked by various parties, not just the Iranians.
Right, and that's what brings me to this story that happened a few days ago that it was sort of interesting. The market sort of brushed off, and I'm wondering what you think about whether that was appropriate, that the United Arab Emirates, and the U.S. military hasn't fully weighed in here, but the UAE said that there was a terrorist attack by water to a Japanese oil tanker in that very narrow strait. If true, that actually seems to be very significant simply because it really hasn't happened before.
That's right. It's almost being treated as if you came out of the supermarket and you got a dent in your bumper in the back of the car. It was a weird picture on page A8 of whatever paper you want to pick. But add it to the list. I mean, certainly we know that this has been going on. There's been other various attempted attacks in Saudi Arabia at Ras Tanura, which is their major oil export facility that was thwarted. And we continue to see efforts here to attack shipping interests in the area because they know, the terrorists know, that this is the mother lode, and they don't necessarily have to be successful either. If they can breed a sort of a sense of danger about the viability of shipping through the strait, they've done their job. Prices will go up.
And all in, when you think about that risk, which, as you were saying, really nobody paid attention to over the weekend, where would you say the appropriate price for oil is right now?
I think if we see more of these, I mean, certainly the oil has gotten a big lift here on this massive fall off in the dollar and this stunning euro rally, among other things. But certainly here, if we start to see more of these, and also the temperature in Iran is going to be going up as we go forward here. I mean, the administration, the EU, are giving the new round of sanctions some time, but they seem to be biting, which will cause Iran to act potentially a little rascally in the region and lash out potentially. So we're on the path to a showdown one way or another, which easily pushes us up and justifies the $90, the $100 price points.
All right, so you're saying bottom line is 200 if there's an attack.
If the headline hits that there's been an attack on the shipping interest in the Strait of Hormuz and the shipping lanes are closed, we're not going to sit there and take time to parse it. It's going to be buy as fast as you can, and that will cause that upwards of $200 print right off the bat.
All right, well, John